Now that you've created your first page in Notion, let's talk about Notion's organizational hierarchy. Notion uses a nested page system to keep your content organized. So, in the last section, we shared some example content blocks, and I mentioned that you could add a page within a page. In other words, a page is a content block too. Subpages that live inside other pages create a parent-child relationship. Think of them as folders within folders on your computer. You can nest these infinitely to create logical hierarchy for your content. Now, if I just add this diagram to our page now, we can see how this works in Notion. Workspace is the highest level, and then we have our team spaces, and then within those team spaces, we have pages, and then within those pages, we might have subpages. And then within those subpages, we might add additional subpages. So we could go into this subpage here and add another page using /page, and we'll call this subpage level 2. When you create these subpages, Notion provides several ways to navigate your content. The first you'll notice is that we have these breadcrumbs in the top left-hand corner. This is going to tell us our exact location in that content hierarchy. We can click all the way back to any level. Let's go back to the first one. The other way we can locate our content is using the drop down on our sidebar. So right now we're in our private section. If we click on this drop down, we can see our subpage. If I click on this drop down again, I can now see subpage level 2. And I can always collapse it at the parent level. And then the final way that we can locate our content is by using a breadcrumb block, which works the exact same way as the navigation. If we go into subpage level 2, we can just click into the page /breadcrumb, hit enter, and that's going to add a navigation menu to this page. So maybe we have a long page and we want to add this to the bottom to help us easily get back to the parent page. Now, coming back to our diagram, one important thing to note is that subpages automatically inherit permissions from their parent page, following that cascade in permissions that we see here. So a subpage will automatically inherit its permissions from its parent page, and so on and so on. The highest level is what sets the base permissions. So if we have any sort of subpages or pages within a team space, that's the highest level here. So that's going to set the base permissions, and any page, subpage, or sub-subpage is going to inherit those permissions. Now we can override those by adjusting them on the page itself. We would do that by clicking our share settings in the top right-hand corner, and here you would be able to override these settings. There is a separate video on sharing and permissions where we'll go over this further. For now, it's time to implement your next action step. Go back into the My Home page in your private section, and then under Tasks, do / and add your own subpage. And you can give this any name. I'm just going to call it Practice in Subpages for now. You can always add an icon, a cover, or click in and practice using more content blocks. One content block that I do want you to add is that breadcrumb. So we're going to do /breadcrumb and add that into the page, and you can see how that appears as a nested item. If you click the drop down next to home, we're now seeing that subpage within our navigation sidebar. This foundation will be crucial as we move forward exploring databases and some of Notion's more advanced features. This lesson has been part of our Navigating Notion series. You will find access to all links and resources in the description below. And if you have any questions at all, please do leave a comment. I'm here to help. If you'd like to continue watching, I recommend this one next.